Hey, awesome ones. I know a lot of us, we're into routine. We kind of have stepped into habits and routines, but if you're doing that with your makeup and you're still using the same applications and routines as you did when you were much younger, that may need a little bit of a rethink. I'll show you what I mean in just a few seconds. So if you saw my two faces in the little thumbnail that came with this video, you probably did notice that one of my faces made me look much older. And that's because I was using some of the old applications of makeup that I used to use. So I'm really hoping that this really helps you. This is a more youthful makeup that I have on right now. And what I'm going to say right now is I'm going to link this more youthful makeup, a link to one of the videos that I did just up there somewhere so that you can see how to do this. But what I'm going to do in a few minutes is I'm going to apply makeup the way I did in the old days. So the first thing that I learned that I've been doing wrong, and I actually saw a very professional makeup artist, I think it was about 2 years ago, and she did my makeup, and I'll tell you, I went, wow. Have I ever been putting things on wrong? And one of them was the eyeliner. So I hardly have any eyeliner on right now. And I'm going to show you what I used to do. I thought I was looking great, but you know, in the harsh daylight, it was looking, well, harsh. Hold on. So what I used to do is, I still use a little touch of eyeliner along here, but I would use the black eyeliner. I'll just do one eye for now for the sake of time, and I would do it a little bit thick. I would, you know, think about the hooded eye, so I'd go up like that, but I would also go under my eyes you can already see what's happening here between the two eyes. And on top of that, I would go under here. Right on the waterline. So you can see the difference in the two eyes already. Gave up that after I had that makeup done. All right, so I did the other eye there. The next thing that is really aging us and screaming 1980s is too much contouring. And yeah, you know, if you remember some of the videos, and I remember I did a fashion show once and my hair was all slicked back. You remember how the slicked back looked? And the contouring was just amazing. So, you know, some of us remained with that for a while thinking, oh my gosh, it looks so amazing. But we just kept on doing it. And it just became not pretty anymore, more of a harsh kind of look. We didn't want the gels anymore, so we had to go underneath there really heavy. You know, we even would contour down our noses because that was, our noses somehow are getting bigger. We got to do that. We'd contour here, we'd contour here, we'd contour. Hey, I remember it all because although I had makeup artists a lot when I was modeling, there were times where I had to do my own makeup. So I remembered what to do, but the over contouring, it's not working for us. And as I said, it screams 1980s. Now, if you remember the eyeshadow colors from the 1970s, you're probably thrilled that blue is back, or green, or whatever color this is, and it's like, yes! And you're going ahead, and I'm just going to use a cotton swab for this, and you're like, this is awesome, I know how to do this, I remember, and away you go with the blue. And you're putting it on, just so thrilled. And you remember, well, it was all over your eyes, so you want to do that again because you got this down, baby. Well, let's do both eyes here. Here's the thing. If you're in your 20s, this looks cool. But if you're a more mature woman, it's kind of screaming out old lady. So mom, dear old mom, she taught you how to do your eyebrows, did she? You're going to look just like Marilyn Monroe. Well, all right. Maybe you're still filling them in a little bit too much. And I'm going to kind of do that. Again, you would use a darker, I usually use a blonde on my eyebrows, but you would use a darker kind of color on that. And you might be saying, well, you know what? The younger YouTubers are doing the whole filled in brow thing. Why can't I? Well, you know what? Our skin's changing, our face is changing, even our hair is changing a little bit lighter. So if you're just going in with the big, dark, filled in eyebrows, it's probably aging you. So I'm not even too sure where this came from, but overlining the lips. And a lot of women, what they started to do is they started to use like a darker brown kind of lip liner. And I guess, you know, they didn't want to go for the surgery or the lip plumping. So somehow this became all the rage, and you would outline your lips. You probably still see women that do this. I know I do. But you outline your lips. Well, even more than outline them, you'd make them bigger. So I have very small lips, so I'm going to just sort of go like this. Then down here. You know what I'm talking, you've seen this, I know you have. And so then what they would do is they would just put, I've got lipstick on right now, so they would just sort of put a little bit of lipstick on underneath. And after like 3 sips of your coffee or something, all you're seeing is brown stuff. And it's just, I don't even know how it came into be. I never saw a makeup artist use it at all, but it really became the rage to make your lips look bigger, and not a pretty sight anymore. Throw that brown lip liner out, I would suggest anyway. So I actually have something in my eye. This is so weird, because what I wanted to talk about was false eyelashes. And I'm not even going to show the false eyelashes, putting on the glue and all that sort of thing. And it's so weird. I got something in my eye right now. But I'm going to suggest, no, don't use the false. I mean, if you're going to an amazing gala or something like that, well, if you got really good glue for that and you're not going to worry about them falling down or doing what's happening right now, something in my eye is probably some of this blue powder or whatever. But no, I'm going to suggest, forget about the false eyelashes, you know, just put an extra, maybe put 3 coats of dark mascara on. But yeah, I see some women out there, and again, this is not old makeup routine shaming or anything like that. If you're your authentic self, which I always say, be your authentic self, and your authentic self is wearing blue eyeshadow or wearing big brows and that sort of thing, good for you. But this is something that's really, you know, I want to speak to looking a little more natural, and not have people maybe just sort of look at us and say, whoa, that's a lot of eyeshadow. So you might not even know you're doing it. You've just been in routine. It's for those people. So I just really wanted to make that clear. So the next one is the bronzer. When this came around, we were actually told, hey, you're not supposed to bake in the sun anymore and all that sort of thing. So we wanted to have this tan, and this bronzer came up and we're like, yes, I can look like I have a tan from spring till September, and it's so wonderful. So we started putting on the bronzer, and let me just sort of, you know, we would put it on here. We didn't realize we were starting to look a little bit orangey. Now I don't want to overdo it, because, you know, I just want to kind of show you a nice bronzing look. So we do that, and then we go, oh my gosh, my chest is also needs some bronzing, because the rest of me is still white, and we go over with all of that and go ahead and well, in many cases what we did was we made ourselves really kind of orange in color. And I'm here to tell you, if you're fair or pale like I am, the more natural look, the porcelain look, that's more in than this kind of look right now. And if you're doing this and then you're spray tanning all your arms and your legs and you're going through all that, well, you might not have to do that anymore. And I think it's a little easier on yourself. The other thing is, when I wash my face tonight, the bowl's going to be completely orange. That's kind of a telltale sign that maybe you're using a little too much of this stuff. So the next one was the highlighter. And we're like, yes, 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 I'm going to get that beautiful glow on my face. And, you know, just like the 20-year-olds, this is really going to work. This is really going to work. Well, you know what? Not really. Let me just sort of put some of this highlighter on here. A little bit there. I think the big place where I see it with most people is on the eyebrows. So let me just put a little bit. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it under these lights that much, but just, you know, too shiny, too sparkly. And you might not see it so much on this, but ease up on the highlighter a little bit, folks. So as you can see, we're trying a little too hard with this makeup. Blue eyeshadow, lip liner. I don't know if you can see the shine here above the eyebrows, you know, or just below the eyebrows with the highlighter, the tan that we put on, all of that sort of thing. You're trying to be something that you're not. And I just think that the more natural look is better. And hopefully, when I bring in the cuteness factor, he's not too afraid. Hurricane! He's like, aww. I'm not scaring you, Hurricane? I'm not scaring you? That's what I call unconditional love. Oh, you're so sweet. And also, who's so sweet and wonderful and amazing, and we want to thank them, are our subscribers. Thank you so, so much for subscribing. And if you haven't joined us, there's a button down there. You know, we really share our stories, and it's become quite a wonderful community in the comments. So come on down and subscribe to us. Also, your encouragement, a lot of the comments, oh my gosh, you know, I'm just so touched by how these videos are helping you, how you're finding me to be a real person, which I am, and enjoying things. And it really encourages us to go ahead and make more Tuesday lifestyle. You okay, baby? Tuesday lifestyle inspirational videos, and of course the Fridays are, I'm sorry, my face is starting to crack. It's just, it feels so drying with that bronzer on. And hey, that's another thing. Don't put too much powder on your face. But anyway, what we need to do is yes, so the Fridays are beauty and fashion. And also, I'm on Instagram now. I'm putting up an Instagram, yes, Hurricane, every single day. So I'm really committed to you, our subscribers, wherever you are on social media. So until next time, you know what? Let's really take a look at this video. And like I said, I don't want to change you, but if you are in a routine, or you've sort of looked at other things where you're sort of saying, oh, those big brows will work for me, or whatever, and I've helped to keep it a little more natural, then I've done my job. And so until next time, keep it awesome, and we'll see you later. Everyone's invited to subscribe and join us on our videos.